This is a true life story full of uneasy tales of intriguing and chilling experiences. If that is what you want to watch, then you keep watching. Hi guys, you're watching the Mchikky series. If you're new to this channel, thank you for clicking on this video. Make yourself comfortable as we get right into this video. The biggest scam in Nigeria, the tale of a Nigerian yahoo boy who sold a fake airport of $242 million to a bank manager of a Brazilian bank based in Sao Paulo. This happened before the advent of the likes of Hush Puppy born Remo Sabas, who used to be an Instagram influencer but was sentenced for 11 years recently due to conspiracy in business email compromise scam. He was arrested in June 2020 by Dubai police and was extradited to United States, where he's now convicted and serving his jail term. There are some stories that you hardly believe unless they hit home or they happen to somebody close to you or a friend of yours. This is one of those stories. The biggest scam in Nigeria, championed by a Nigerian yahoo boy who sold fake airports at $242 million. Between 1995 and 1998, Mr. Emmanuel Nwude Odinigwe, popularly known as Owele Abagana, a Nigerian businessman and advanced fee fraud artist. He mastered his craft so well that he was able to impersonate the central bank governor of Nigeria at a time to be able to execute this crime. As a former director in Union Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Nwude was privy to confidential files and classified documents, and this was very crucial in pulling off his long-planned con. He impersonated the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, as at that time Paul Oguma, who served CBN as governor of Central Bank, overseeing the affairs of the bank from October 1st, 1993 to May 29, 1999. This is a huge task for anyone who wants to impersonate him. A lot of things to do, a lot of assignments, putting one and two together, trying to pull some buttons here and there. And this guy, of course, did not pull this arduous task all by himself. He has his accomplices. He sold an imaginary airport to an unassuming bank manager, Mr. Nelson Sakaguchi, who is the director of the Brazilian bank Banco Noroeste, based in Sao Paulo, for $242 million, which is a whole lot of money and can actually feed a lot of people. After Mr. Nwude has convinced Mr. Nelson, director of Banco Noroeste, to buy a yet-to-be-built airport in Abuja for such a ridiculous amount, Mr. Sakaguchi, thinking the business was authentic without doing proper verification and feasibility studies, fell for the scam. He paid a sum of $491 million in cash, while the remaining amount was to be paid in form of outstanding interest for the non-existent airport. This is a massive fraud in the history of bank fraud, which resulted in the collapse of Banco Noroeste in 2021. And this is the third largest con in banking history after Nick Leeson's trading losses at Barings Bank, London, and looting of the Iraqi central bank by Qusay's Saddam Hussein, who is the second son of Saddam Hussein. Mr. Nwude, being calculative in his act, connected with Mr. Sakaguchi to inform him of a mouth-watering deal of building a brand new airport in Abuja. To make it more juicy, Mr. Nwude promised him a commission fee to the tune of $10 million if the deal was approved. At this point, people were wondering what really made this man to commit to this business without solid verification, or at least to make sure that there is something like airport on ground, or is it because of the commission that Mr. Nwude promised him that made him to release such huge amount of money? Anyway, it wasn't so long. Technology caught up with Nwude and his group of other 5 impressive scammers through money trail. Things began to unravel when Banco Santander, a Spanish bank, wanted to take over the Brazilian bank in August 1997. The takeover meant that thorough investigation of the Brazilian bank's financial statements was conducted, and during this period, many board meetings between the two banks were held, and the top officials from the Spanish bank questioned why almost half of the Brazilian bank's capital was sitting in an unprotected account in the Cayman Islands. When this discrepancy could not be sufficiently explained, and again, there was no new airport in Abuja, formal investigations were initiated, and criminal investigations also had to be carried out in multiple jurisdictions in Brazil, Nigeria, Switzerland, and England. At the end of the day, in an effort to ensure that the sale of the Brazilian bank still went through, the owners of the bank had to pay the missing amount of $242 million from their own pockets, and and this left Brazilian bank bankrupt. It got collapsed eventually. During a deep dive in their books, it was found that 2/5 of the bank's capital was registered to an undisclosed account in Cayman Islands, and this was supposed to be Nwude's colossal taking. Further investigation on the owner of the suspicious funds revealed that Nwude and his group are the owners of the funds. In 2004, Nwude and his gang were brought to trial before Abuja High Court on 86-count charge of fraudulent seeking advance fees and 15-count bribery related to the case. In 2005, Nwude was convicted by Ikeja High Court for impersonating Paul Oguma, the governor of Central Bank, CBN. Finally, he was sentenced to 25 years jail term for this fraud that same 2005 and 15-count charge for forging the documents of the property that he was ordered to forfeit to his victims. However, he denied having any knowledge of the source of the funds of the $242 million. It is mind-blowing how gullible people can be. It's really sad how people fall for this scam. More people are still getting involved in it, and a lot of people are also falling for it. After Mr. Nwude was released from the prison, he filed a lawsuit to recover his seized assets on the grounds that some of these assets were acquired before the offense was committed. He has already claimed some of the property valued at $52 million, and as of May 8, 2015, the matter was being heard at Lagos Court of Appeal. He continued his normal life. On August 19, 2016, there was a land dispute with his town, Abagana community, and the neighboring town of Ukpo in Dunukofia area. Over 200 people were attacked, 4 policemen were shot, a security guard at the construction site was sent to early grave, and Anambra State Police Command alleged that Mr. Emmanuel Nwude was a ringleader, and that made him to become a wanted man, which he eventually got arrested on 27-count charges, including murder. After this, he was held at Oka prison in Anambra State and eventually released on bail on December 8, 2016. And since then, he has been moving around freely. As at 2020, Nwude was the President General of Ugbene Town Union. For now, Nwude's scam still remains the biggest scam fraud to be recorded in Nigeria. In as much as Hush Puppy may have allegedly stolen up to $60 million, $242 million is enormous. For now, he is topping the chart. If you know of another Yahoo incident that is more than that, please let me know in the comments section. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Mr. Nelson Sakaguchi was interested in the commission? That was why he didn't bother to verify whether airport is being constructed in Abuja or not, because such a massive investment needed to be verified. There are so many questions surrounding this story. There are so many questions than the answers. So I would like to have your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about all this. I'm gonna sign off here. Stay healthy and safe. Remember to share this video if you love it, and subscribe to the channel if you're not done already. And I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Bye and remain blessed.